Right, with management done, we can get to completing quests.
Again, Bjorn, you know what the doctor said.
Mara, my sweet, I do wish you'd stop interrupting me.
Can I read the piece of document I was supposed to be given? The silverglen branch of the Riverland Mining Guild. We have received your letter and read with interest that tenebrium has been discovered in the mountains of Lukula. We read with equal interest and not a little skepticism the ill effects the miners have incurred when, as you put it, they are overexposed to tenebrium. Since the link between tenebrium and this so-called rot has yet to be substantiated by any medical or legislative authority, Miners Guild of Riverland insists that you continue operations in Silverglen. The Guild also demands that you cease informing would-be miners of such unsubstantiated claims and increase your rate of hire to expedite the extraction of tenebrium. Any and all tenebrium must be immediately delivered to Guild headquarters. It has been centuries since tenebrium has been discovered afresh in Riverland, and rest assured, Lawrence, that your share of the inconceivably large profits will be more than fair. Compliance has always been your finest virtue. Let's not sully your record over a few grunts with head colds.
Oh, yes you are, yes you are.
Do a salutoin, Hunter. What can I do for you?
So, you need help proving Lawrence knowingly encouraged the miners to handle tenebrium.
So, you are bringing results? I told you you'd be.
Let's show her the letter incriminating
I
Lawrence.
do wish you'd
Let's
stop
show her the letter incriminating Lawrence.
At least Nadia will know exactly why her husband died and who's to blame.
You have letter from Mining Guild? Let me looking. They tell Lawrence to keep mining tenebrium. They say they make him rich if he comply. The filthy pig. Oh. Mi voyagos al sia patrino domo sur la dorso del camelo kai riprochi si forte. I knew he was guilty. I knew he was to blame for Ben's death. Oh, I'll strangle him with my own two hands.
Yeah, okay.
Chevy, come quickly. Watch shop while mother...
Okay, if she's literally going to kill him immediately, so I think we need to talk to Lawrence first about what happened in the mines. I don't think I can get much out of the guy anyway. Then I do want to get the information out about what he's been doing. Now this prey is probably easier to loot when he's dead anyway.
Hello again, Your Grace.
Troubles in the mines. Okay, do you have anything to trade that I might want? No. So go and die.
You what? The only brilliant solution you could come up with was to blow up the entire mine? Oh, why didn't I think of that myself? You've ruined each and all of us, you low-down, backbiting rat-faced nincompoop! What'll I tell the men? Better yet, what'll you tell them? Begone from my sight.
So... I didn't blow up the mine though. I think this is if you don't release the goblins with the switch. This is the end result, no matter what you do. I've learned the truth about your use of the miners, despite knowing about the rot, to turn the mining guild a puppet.
But, Your Grace, I never... Oh, damn it all to hell in a handbasket. I can't do this anymore. Yeah, so the jig's up, eh? So what if I let those back asswards yokels mine the tenebrium? I paid 'em well enough. And if they got sick, it's no one's fault but their own. I'll tell you what. You keep this little factoid between us, and I'll make it worth your while. How's 1,000 gold sound? That's quite a heap of cash for nothing more than silence.
Lawrence's crimes amount to murder. No amount of money can absolve him of responsibility.
Indeed, this free market is in dire need of some regulation.
Well, be a saint if you like. Not all of us have that luxury. Business is a dog-eat-dog world. I wouldn't expect you to have learned much about reality at your little Source Hunter Academy.
Here's the thing about reality, harsh reality. It works both ways. It's not just a way for you to basically ignore rules and take advantage of others. You're gonna be taken advantage of too, so... I wonder what the woman here is gonna do, Nadia. I mean, is she good enough to actually kill the guy?
Do a salutoin, sure?
Let's show her the letter incriminating.
At least Nadia.
You have letter? The filthy pig. Watch out!
Now if you could clear the office for me, I could loot it afterwards. Although I would imagine the miner is actually a better fighter. Who knows?
So, Mr. Lawrence, it's true then. May Zal Moxes dry her socks on your mother's gravestone.
Might be our last chance to buy some of this shit. Immunity to being slow. Crafting belt. Tenebrium resistance. Gloves and a belt. I think I have these on maybe not equipped, but definitely have them. Yeah. We don't have do we have blacksmithing on a gauntlet? We have both on a belt. Two-handed +1 tenebrium resistance. That might be, the two-handed +1 might be worthwhile because it's very expensive to get to level. I wonder if, okay, I need to buy this item just for testing purposes. Either I can get two-handed weapons to level 5 on Medora, and that would free 5 points for me to use somewhere else, which would be very, very welcome at this point. I can get probably armor specialist to 3 or something similar. Alternatively, take another skill besides the fighter, like a little bit of a healing or some kind of a debuff buff, so she can do other things in range. Alternatively, that allows it to push the value beyond 5 to 6, and I have no idea what the effect of that would be on a weapon skill. So yeah, I think it's probably worth it. Do I have blacksmithing gauntlets? Probably. Definitely. Right. Just making sure what exactly do I need to purchase here. Might have to pay a little bit of gold out for this, but who the heck cares? I have way too many electricity wands. Surely I can give up one.
Oh, what are you going on about, you crazy old witch?
I know for truth, you bring workers to mines to extract tenebrium, and that you do it knowing they will die of rot. You greedy man. Malsata rapo. You kill them to fill your own pocket.
Look, you're confused. You're ranting. Clearly there's no reasoning with you, so what say you take this rather expensive token and agree to keep your little delusions to yourself?
1,000 gold for my husband's death. Tell me, Source Hunter, does this man bring me for an idiot? I would be appreciating your advice before I strangle him right here and now.
It would be preferable for him to be judged, but the thing is, there's no real law in this place. There's just a cultist keeping order, and I don't think they give two shits about this. So basically, either you get bribed to silence, or you take your vengeance. I'm definitely on the vengeance front on this.
Nadia should.
That's right. I'm sure all these miners will have more than a little to say about the man who effectively killed their comrades.
That is spirit. Too bad for you, Mr. Lawrence, High Priest of Illiterati. Remember, my darling Ben, when mob rips you to pieces.
Wait. This is between you and me. There's no need to involve the rest of those cretins. They'll believe anything. Wait, Mrs. Nadia! Wait!
Close. You already knew this Lawrence was Greasy Snake. But now I have proof of his crime. I know none forget so many who die of rot when tenebrium was found. But do you know that Lawrence knew of rot and sent you and your brothers to mine anyway? He sent my husband to his death, and he sent you to yours.
Make the monster pay! Oh, Santa, please, you're a compassionate soul, are you not? You wouldn't let these pick-swinging apes swarm me, would you? I am a man of many mistakes and even more regrets, but surely no one deserves to be ripped to shreds by the masses.
Yeah, pig swinging apes probably wasn't the correct thing to say when they're about to rip you apart.
Mr. Lawrence.
I'm not. The problem with this is the one murderer won't make up for another. These miners have no right to harm him. Okay, but what comes after that? I'm not sticking my neck out for him and starting killing miners or anything else.
After what Lawrence has done, the crowd deserves their shot at him.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking this or want to do this, but I'm basically afraid what the other... Yeah, okay.
We're source hunters, not vigilantes. If Lawrence is to be punished, it ought not to be at the hands of a rabid crowd.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Over here, sweet cheeks. Oh, I'm aching to share a moment together.
I bet he's in league with the goblins. The traitor!
Show that Bonadoro Bracco what you think of him.
Oh. Now's the Scarlet's choice is the one that sticks unless I convince her.
Could it be that my own hero of justice and right-doing has befriended an indecent murderer?
Could it be that my own shining example of justice and right-doing has befriended...
All right, we'll do it your way.
My savior, my friend. This will be the last anyone in Silverglen sees of Lawrence. That is my promise.
But that man's a murderer! You'd see us let him free? Let him run off to the next village of saps to maim and murder for profit? You lot, you're lucky the whole of us can't hold a candle to your fancy enchantments, or you'd have to face us yourselves.
Yeah, I don't like
Wanna have a
this.
good time?
but I guess the characters basically dice at their say on this. I don't like the dialogue options precisely because of this. What the fuck is going to happen next? I have no idea. Where there is no police. Scarlet protested in the name of justice, and yeah, justice needs to be done, but not be by the hands of a mob that tears him apart. Okay. How then? And apparently it was okay if either he just gets torn apart or we'll just let him go with no consequence. That's not justice. That's much worse. So bullshit. I don't like their role playing really in this game. It's not well done. It's not necessarily the choices are bad. It's the implementation that's from the anus. At the same time, it tends to be usually bad. So it's not like this game is somehow exceptionally bad. This is more like the game is exceptionally typical on that front. Love grenade. Moonstone is pretty tough piece of rock. If the jewelers don't want them, sell them for the local smiths. They can use big, uneven pieces to fortify their clubs and maces. Though I never did get the hang of it myself. So probably every kind of crushing weapon really. A lot of arrows. God damn it, what is the bow? Take it. $30 magical arrows, basically. Okay, what's done is done. Next. Wild Woman and the Renegade. Don't recall this. It's the bear doctor thing.
Why don't you stay a while?
Captives in the crystal.
I just know I could take you on a wild ride if you let me.
Don't want to do that. Don't really want to get initiated by the Immaculates either. Where she Cave of Portals is something we should find. Cassandra, Forts of Souls, Missing Threads. Yeah, I think there's no particular quest available for us anymore, so we should just move forward. Which is go to Goblin the Witch. Also, this Tolkien Cave. Nothing we can do about the cave itself for now, but hopefully there's something close by that might shed some light on what we need to do. Everything there is petrified, so I need to basically figure out a way to unpetrify the troll. Petrification removal abilities I have. I've already been here. Right. There might have been a minor area here that I haven't actually interacted with, so could be that I can do
Someone leave another
something.
door open?
Um, Probably head to the Goblin Village. I'm not sure if there's there could be a one side passage here that I have never been to. That's why, yeah, just go straight. I went to the left side. Could be a couple of goblins here or nothing really valuable, I don't know. Either way, it shouldn't take all that much time to check.
I see something.
Yeah, I can't shoot a fireball there because it's yeah, it's not a direct line here. It shouldn't be all that dangerous to me. I could have gotten the opening shot. I have lowered armor. You're still swimming in the oil for some reason. I don't get why. Right, I accidentally bursted one of the chests, probably, but catch fire. No fire. That's a lot of fire they'll have to go through if they want to come at us. Undead Decapitator blocking their path.
Legions of the lifeless, heed my call.
Elemental Turtles requires a shield. Get it? Take a look at that. I have a shield. I might have sold all my shields away. I don't particularly regret taking the skill. I mean, I had a 50 boom and I can easily just remove it if I get something better. But the massive boost to resistances could still be very useful in certain situations, so next time I get any kind of real shield, I need to hold on to it. Right, what you need to do is go here, create a smoke screen.
Cloak and dagger.
Right, they shouldn't be able to target me. How does this work? Taunt the enemy. Provoke and tease them so that they want to attack. I could go to them. They'll have to come to me anyway. Let's wait and see. There's load oil burning, so yeah, they're not gonna have a good time. They're also not really taking damage from the burning. I guess they can't burn. Yeah, they burn. They can't see us, I would imagine. Screws with the AI always. It's a problem for me though. I need to see something, otherwise I can't really cast attacks.
Faster, my friend!
The unending darkness.
Yeah, one ranger still left. It's not gonna survive its turn.
I sharpened these earlier just
Miss, miss,
for
miss,
you.
miss, 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 miss. Why? Why did you miss so much? In like one attack. That's pretty goddamn bad.
A stitch in time, eh, my friends?
Okay, what did we get? Arrows. Charming and stunning. Okay, what is this? Another blocked path. Well, sort of blocked path. Anything else? I don't know. There's maybe a single additional fight on top of what we've already fought.
Oh, it never rains when it pours, eh?
A gold and a bow. Just testing out what this is. I don't know. Doubt there are any goblins here anymore. Some more iron. Everyone who was defending this place has already fought against us. Only handmade. I'm curious to go back into the mines. Mainly to see what happened with the captive goblins. It is literally unreachable. So it is gone. And I suppose we can draw blade in the way that we got blamed unfairly for it. We had nothing to do with it. That's the end of it. Stardust herbs. Those are the ones that we can do to produce fairy dust. Bone and stardust herbs. I'd like to get 1 or 2 extra unlocking scrolls. Resistance reduction scrolls will also be welcome, because against powerful boss fight, it's not always.
I feel better already.
I might, the guy who actually could do something similar through spells might not be available, or doesn't have the action points or whatever. So a few scrolls spread around would allow me to do what needs to be done when I need it done. Naturally, I will of course forget to actually use them, so I'm not sure if it matters, but in theory at least.
Out of the way, human scum! Your stink is making my eyes sting!
+3 initiative, 22 fire resistance, lockpicking, dexterity, tenebrium resistance, plus movement. Rings with plus movement are very nice. Tenebrium resistance and exactly, okay. Poison resistance, tenebrium resistance. 70 points. Immunity to bleeding, resistance, resistance. Okay, this is basically a robe with the armor of a... Well, I want proper armor. Still, it's only really a slight increase, nothing too fancy. Yeah, it's actually worse than what Johan has currently. What about scrolls? Gotta keep an eye on those now. Hail attack. 20 ice shards rain from the sky, each doing about 80 points of water damage to entities within 17 meters range. Frozen makes it, yeah, frozen, so we know what that does. Can create ice surfaces or freeze water, so that's a fairly troublesome physical obstacle to bypass with fighters. They always just fall on your ass. Horrific screams, coward blue. Armored undecapitated. Poison dart. I wonder if you made a zombie character, would you have to use these to do damage? I mean, rather to heal yourself. Medium poison. Large healing. Yeah, maybe the hail attack scroll also costs 1728, so I don't think so. I mean, I can afford it, but at the same time, I don't know what else is gonna come my way. So I'll hold on to that. Not really using these extra arrows, so I think I'll just dump them here. They're also not really worth much. Okay, whatever. Not sure why I'm holding on to the orc equipment piece. I have a feeling we'll have to encounter at least one orc at some point. They're their current leader here, so I'm sort of, I guess, thinking that it might have some use for us still. Probably dump all the crap I have on this guy. I'm sure he can afford to pay all that much. Doesn't matter. Don't really have that much stuff to sell, really. Nice pair of boots. Ah, shit, just take it all. Not sure about the air resistance now. Okay. There also becomes a point where we really need to just make a choice what we're gonna do with the essences. I mean, it seems like there are almost always ways to get more. So this will end up in a situation where I have a lot of essences, but I'm never gonna use it. Same as with the scrolls. Currently they're definitely like 100% of backup in case of tough situations come up, but such situations never come up, or I'll forget I have them if they do. Yeah, I think 16 air essences is probably sufficient. It's around maybe no. Not every armor piece can be enchanted, but even in the if everything could, it's still 9 pieces to fully handle a single elemental type, and that brings it far above 100%, which we don't particularly care about. So more reasonable would be like 6, so we can fully cover at least one full equipment set, and usually that's not really necessary. I mean, there's usually at least resistance to something to start things. You need to add the extra parts. I don't know. I have a feeling I might try them against a boss fight that I've already failed once. That's about it. So in the end, they'll be more or less worthless to me anyway. I hope I'm wrong, but
Beer. I've been slow.
oh shit. I think it really matters where we go, as long as we just go. Also, I'm not sure every place here actually has this wind, so there might be locations where we can take shelter from it. Be careful with the spider bros. Don't touch the eggs. Don't go anywhere near the eggs. Spider cultists. Of course there are spider cultists. Meteor Strike Scroll. We could do a test with these 30 fireballs. I'll say, that's a good point.
I feel uneasy here. I'd better keep my weapon at the ready.
Yeah, that's a skull-shaped cave of some sort. Foreboding trial grounds, okay. Immaculate Trial Dungeon. What did the Immaculate's questline say? Loic, the priest of Silverglen, gave us a book and told us that if we studied, we might be able to join the Immaculates. I don't want to go here if we haven't studied the books. I would imagine they have something to do with the solutions in the dungeon itself. We can always just teleport back and forth, so if we want to do it, we can do it fairly quickly later on. Dead goblins. Level 18 skeleton. With the fire. Is there something special about Mr. Skeleton? Why can I even attack? There's no indication that there's anything really special about it. I think I'm basically digging it out. No, it's just destroying it. For no particular reason. Water barrel. Plenty of foolish assassins waste entire vials in flagons of wine a target may never drink. Far more effective means of poison delivery is to douse the tip of one's weapon into the sinister stuff. Let the enemy avoid a sword as easily as a flint cup. You have that recipe, yes. There might be something hidden here. Who the hell knows? Don't go near the eggs. It's asking for trouble. If I have to react to something that pops up there and is hostile, I think that will just make things worse. It's the Goblin Village. So I suppose we should start moseying in that general direction. Sand Huntress. Sand Widow. Weak to water and crushing. Earth, don't even bother. Air and fire still work. Poison heals. So don't really see all that many problems as far as we are concerned. Typically want to destroy the eggs even now.
Piercing cold.
Okay, water works just fine. It's so fairly hard to use your more powerful abilities now. Just don't have the action hands. Because these are the times where teleportation comes in handy.
What's that over there? Aha!
Faster, my friend!
That only cancels the slew. Don't slip, don't slip, don't slip, don't slip. Ah, shit. And they dig through the ground. Of course they do. I think this is a rogue type ability. Go back, go somewhere, strike, go back. Right. Most of this crap just isn't gonna work all that well. A few water attacks, but not all the great water attacks. Also, I need to heal my own ass. Still standing in poison. Focus on one thing at a time.
How close and personal.
And you poisoned it, because that's gonna help. Ah, shit. Fire isn't gonna work all that well, but it's pretty much all I have, so... Try summoning an air elemental. I would need to know can we summon multiple creatures at the same time. Anyway, so it might be a good learning experience for me. Yeah. So it's one summon per guy on your side, which means you could have a massive amount of units on your side if you just plan things correctly.
How could that happen?
Yeah, I'm sort of wondering the same thing. How the hell can you miss with your attacks constantly? Poison spewing just means they're constantly healed. Shit. They exploded. We're in trouble. The mages will basically die. What can you even do? Feather drop. You can move. Throw an item or a character up high and land it safely on the ground. So you can basically just move one character out of danger, I guess. Don't have a weapon, do I? Have the strength to use it. This is a classic conundrum for me. Need to buff up my strength. There's just no way around that. This happens way too often. And now I don't have a backup weapon either, so I'm pretty much fucked. I haven't had this much of a catastrophe in a long time. I might be better off ramming targets. There's just no good way to handle things anymore. Immunity to being slow wouldn't be a horrible thing. Okay, something needs to die fairly soon. I'm in big trouble already. Scarlet's pretty much the only one who isn't totally screwed. And Magus won't survive though.
My heels are really dragging here!
Yeah. I didn't realize I can't control that.
Please, assist me, prayer!
Yeah, that's the second one down. Didn't realize how this fight are not really starting to go. I don't really see a good way out of this. I'm loading. The end result is gonna be death for everyone anyway. It's the slow that really screws you over. Still, I can do a lot more damage if I just take water as my preferred attack type. Oops. I've been saving a while apparently. Was there anything interesting here? I don't recall. I wasted some time destroying one of the skeletons, but the Sylvan had nothing, so I'm not gonna do that twice. Ah, we got a shield, so we can use the special stance. Grenade and a bell. Blacksmithing, Tenebrium resistance. Fancy earth. Right. Anything that does water damage. Or is it? This perception intelligence combo is fairly useful. You don't have water, do you? Right, it's all air. 46 to 76. Blinded mutant. The difference in damage is just massive. Still, it should be better. I think I might have some kind of an item that gives me protection from these two. A single one. I don't think I cared too much about it. No, it was protection from petrification. Something along those lines anyway. Right, so it's not gonna make much of a difference. We might still go with weaponry that's more in line with what we want to do. Except you don't have that option. You might, but we're already doing water damage. Earth damage heals though, basically poisons them. So we need to get rid of that. Just don't really have exactly a great replacement. I suppose fire is better. Better than healing them. It's no, it's more expensive to use that attack, and we're already a little bit suffering from that same particular problem. Right. Maximum action points 12, start action points 5, turn action points 6. That's just horseshit. You need to do something else. Never used it. Okay, Jahan is fine as long as he doesn't use it. Also, I'm trying to get to the Goblin Village first and foremost. So that should be the priority. That's a lot of spiders though, and doom spinners. Basically cultists. We do a water opening shot of some sort. Looks like they're earth users. And there's a good chance the spider eggs will burst if I go closer, so a little bit of care needs to be taken. Physical protections aren't gonna mean too much. Just wait. Spiders too. Right, we need to get rid of them. Focus everything we got on a single one, ignore the others for a while. Maybe try to get a summon in there somewhere.
Order! Let's see you try to bring them free!
And we need to use everything.
Unleash this evil.
Double damage. Curse. So they have witchcraft and earth wands, or staffs rather. Ah, that's fire. Earth, fire, witchcraft.
My tower is your tower.
Can't really do much. Whopping 60 points of damage. Okay. Now how do I handle this? I think we should try to focus on him. Still, I'm not so sure an ice wall would be a horrible idea either. Even if it won't really affect the spiders, it will still affect the cultists. Right, it will buy me a little bit of time. Get a single attack in. And get a spider to have health. That's basically everything.
Blessed with Sigurd's stamina.
Okay, that was troublesome. That was for a single goddamn piece of crap. There's at least 2 more. Assuming I don't get additional eggs to break, which means 2 extra spiders on top of that. And then there's the spellcasters. Yeah, this is troublesome. You can disable the slow temporarily.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Can can't really directly attack either of our targets. Or rather, I shouldn't. Let's say the action points. Pretty cool. Right. Say the points or try to disable one. Okay, anything else I can do? I could heal, I suppose. No, I can't. I can't really do anything of really use. I'll have to heal soon, so I'm saving the points. Okay, for a single turn we have points to do things. Making combos. I don't want to get too close to those until everything here is under control. So if you knock him down, also go here and attack all 3. The spellcasters both died and the sand hunters is in terrible shape. I can haste my own ass for a couple of turns. I'll stay here in case... No, I need to move. Even if the spider attacks, it's unlikely to stay there. Wait. What exactly can you do to help? Yeah, I think I'll sleep something skeletons. Except that that's no good. I need to get the hell out of this stuff. If it detonates, I'm screwed. We're all screwed. What happens if I cast another summon on top of the existing ones? Does it override the... I don't want to test in a situation like this. I actually need things to go somewhat our way. Because those eggs are gonna burst open soon. hell happened to Scarlet? I probably knocked him over with my own guy. Status effect removal of slowed. Well, I wonder how this works. Does the slow get reapplied every turn? This is how I assumed it would work. We'll see. Yeah, every time your turn starts, you get re-slowed. Doesn't matter really. They're in too bad of a condition to survive this. Oh no, you didn't. Okay, the Sand Huntress is basically in the same situation I am. It's not going to be able to do much. Just doesn't have the action points. Also uses poison attacks to attack an undead creature that is immune to poison.
Let's see you try to break them free.
I'm surprised they bothered to do that. Right. I'm trying to see if I can ignite this. Yeah, you need this too. I don't want to use my own action points with my Dora to heal. We can only get a single attack then. Scarlet will just be just fine even if I don't do anything. Please hit. 600 points of damage. That's nice. Yeah, Medora can tank this crap just fine. Just in time. I need another distraction.
Join us, soulless one.
We have action points for anything. You can attack, but it's not gonna lead to anything, and I think I want the action points for something more. Something that makes a little bit more difference. For ice attack. It will freeze the area, that would be the main benefit I suppose. I'm not sure if that will actually be in our favor or not. And moving is a chore. I need to get closer to get anything done. I can't really afford to get all that much closer with the number of action points I have. I got to switch places with someone with the teleportation ability, but that uses up all the points anyway. Try to blind them. I suppose it's better than nothing, but I'm inclined to wait so I can freeze their ass. Seems to be fairly effective. How can we be too far? Well, I do have the mobility to go there. They're not sure if I want to. I get poisoned. By the way, this might even kill it. Don't need that many critical hits for the kill to happen. Scarlet could do something useful there, but I think we'll wait until the spiders have acted. I'll try to go behind one of them, try to get a few hits in. With so few spiders still in the fight, Scarlet will survive even if she has to be on her own for a while. But this might be the most hated combat environment I've encountered so far. The wishing well might be the answer to this, but at the same time, it's not like it's super hard, it's just really annoying. Got very careless in the first attempt to do this, so I suppose that's the main problem. Wait, what is this?
Feint and dodge.
Yes. Try to blind him. Did not work. A great chance of actually working though, so problem is our poor lucky dice. Holy shit. Yeah, this is always the problem. Not anticipate that. It's not too bad yet, but it could get bad fairly quickly. Silent spider. Right, you. Heals are getting in. Let's try to play him out of the fight. Might get rid of the fire too, excellent. So a little bit of the ease into our situation that wasn't all that bad to begin with anymore. It's not gonna be frozen. Yeah, because it was warm. It needs to be chilled first. Yeah, I could get a single attack in. He can do a little bit of damage, but there's no way he can kill anything anymore. Don't particularly want to move as long as the fires are still not burning.
Bless the seven, I am restored! I feel better already!
Wonderful middle.
Oh, the man.
Okay, I severely underestimated the spiders. Hopefully I can at least throw my ass to Goblin Village. We might have an answer to this constant howling to him. We could also go with the wishing wells, I suppose. I mean, just to check if there's an option to do about this. It seems to be a weather control wishing well. So this would basically make a drastic difference in our favor. I'd like to reach the waypoint before doing that though. I don't really like the idea of traveling too much back and forth in this weather. Or seems to be a decent amount of fuses here. Horrific Scream, Master Scroll. That sort of thing would be useful in these situations where everything seems to basically going badly for us. You could still recover the situation if you get kind of mass status effect work. Charm, fear, that sort of thing. Even a single really hit there and it's enough to turn this situation around a bit. Okay, where the hell are we actually going? Yeah, I think we're more or less going the correct direction.
Stand back, pigskin. You are not welcome on our hallowed grounds.
Okay. Yeah, I may be a lowly big pigskin, but you are a marvel of a goblin indeed. Was this an argument?
So am I. You perceive things clearly, human. The Great Spirit Totem will want to speak with you. He'll decide your final fate. Until you do, you are forbidden to leave our tribe's seat.
Okay. So we have to see this through one way or another.
I'm warm as fresh apple pie.
Gadasha the Bountiful be praised that we have made it out of that hell-sent sandstorm. The hour grows so very late, so very quickly. Pace-slowing impediments such as these will be the death of us should they persist.
Here to explain why a little wind gets you all in a huff.
I've told you parts of the saga that is my life, Hunter. But I have yet to divulge the true reasons for my haste. Perhaps, at long last, I had better do so.
Okay.
By all means, if you're in the mood for such a dark tale.
Okay, I'm curious to hear about your demon deal.
I did. Yes, I hissed, fool that I was. I should have died that day. But instead, I fell into a stupor and awoke in a different realm of Rivellon, bereft of all my wealth, and with my soul betrothed to a demon's debauchery that would be 10 centuries in the making. But it had also kept its promise, that life-seeding obscenity of a creature, for I was my young, my healthy self again. And yet, my bodily convalescence merely betrayed my utter mental degradation. A necromancer and a demonologist I had become. A lowly conjurer of atrocities whose every heartbeat screamed Hiraka and pumped the bitterest of biles through my being. Like a savage, I lived in the wilds, a companion of beasts, not man. It was there that I learned to love them so, the animals of this world. These gentle beings that don't know the meaning of betrayal or greed, that kill but to feed, not because it brings them wealth or pleasure.
How did you become a demon hunter?
In time, resolve settled within my soul, despite being so irrevocably besieged by dissolution. I decided that I wouldn't accept the shackling of my being so easily. 1,000 years the demon had given me, and 1,000 years I dedicate to pitting my knowledge of demonology against its eponymous creatures. Yes, it is my resolve to kill the thing I summoned, and I have been stalking it for well over 9 centuries. I, Hunter, I am nearly 1,000 years old. 25 of them a king, the rest a restless predator. Balberith is the demon's name. If I don't find and slay him before the year is out, my soul will be his to torture eternally. Now you know what drives me. Now you know the reasons for my haste. Either I fail and suffer for all time, or I win and life everlasting will be mine.
Where do you plan on fighting this Balberith fellow? No. What about your demonic spouse?
That is a good question. As for Hiraka, I don't know what happened to her. I have seen my erstwhile palace from afar, a ruin now, a house of wind and dust. Beyond a doubt, she moved on and lies, as we speak, in the arms of another king, assuring him he's only a bit under the weather, that his humors will be in balance again within a matter of days. Poor man. Like all men, he's a fool. Oh, but how I long to be wise. There has to be a first, hasn't there? If I can look her in the eye and denounce her, that shall be a start. But perhaps that day will never come. Born a fool and buried a fool. Perhaps that is simply how it must be.
Now stand and fall.
By all means, if you're in the mood for such a dark
where did you
tale.
plan on fighting this Balberith?
My instincts tell me he hides from sight in Phantom Forest. I could have guided you there, of course, but your own quest seems to push us inevitably in that haunted realm's direction. Maybe we'll both find answers. Answers and conclusions in that ghoulish grove where phantoms dwell.
Fair enough.
And so let the hunt
What a life it is that Jehan has led. Like listening to a great tragedy. A tragedy that is about to come to an end.
To an end, yes. A tragedy no longer. There's time yet to slay that demon and save Jehan.
Indeed. Balberith be damned. Jehan has source hunters by his side now.
So, we need to interact with the totem.
Drink spirit wine.
Okay, they probably follow the whatever the totem does. So it's gonna be the key to everything.
To me, my goblins, gather round your totem. The spirit sign. Die for me, my goblins. Die! Now rise from the dead once more and drink great spirit rum.
Okay, so we should take it seriously.
What have we here? One of two. The two of one. The torn of time. Oh, I know all about you. Clueless outcast, more than you know yourself. Among these faithful minions of mine, you may stay unharmed. You may leave unmolested, but only if you indulge me. I wonder, don't you know? Reflect on that which was, is, and shall be. And I wonder how you would respond to a few hypotheticals, if hypotheticals indeed they are.
Okay, ask your questions.
Revere me with a jolly jig, then let us begin. Say you meet two soldiers on a strip of beach. They impede your way, the discourteous drunks. Do you accept their orders to accompany them? Or do you stay true to your course and damn their lives? Gather round your totem.
True to my course, probably.
I would stay true to my course.
So would I.
Now say you meet a starving man. He is eyeing raw fish on a merchant stall as if it were the world's greatest treasure. Do you slap his hand bent on thievery? Or do you close your eyes to his lawless intent?
Yeah, this was a choice I made already. Slap his hand.
Me, my goblins.
I would slap his hands.
So would I.
And finally, say that you meet a creature in distress. A beast of burden, perhaps, wounded while protecting his mistress or master when they were assaulted by lonely bandits. Do you go to great lengths to save it, even though it doesn't concern you in the least? Or do you leave it to die and become carrion bird supper?
I don't recall the two guards on the beach. I recall that there were drunken guards and the like. I don't recall what I did as a choice with them. I recall the two others, the goblins talking about the thief trying to steal food and the beast of burden I held.
I would go to great lengths to save it.
So would I.
Oh, shameless liar that you are. Your actions and words clash like water and fire into
Yeah,
the
it's the
midst
first
of
choice
discord.
was wrong.
Hear the spirits speak, my goblins. Kill this serpent heart with serpent tongue. The spirit
This totem leaves a nasty taste in the mouth and a vicious slitting
I
in the
literally
back of
could
the
not
mind.
remember it.
I smell.
I have no... It seems like the context of the encounters are totally missing. I'm not sure if I can do anything as like this. They have me massively outnumbered and they basically get to act for me, so I'm just loading. I don't recall what the first encounter is that the totem is referring to. What did I do there? What did the guards want me to do, rather? I think they wanted to escort me to the city, something along those lines. And I had the option to basically just go alone on my own, or I'd leave them there, or take them with us. And I sort of viewed them as worthless and unnecessary. I feel like he's not really discussing the situation.
Say you meet two soldiers on a strip of beach. They impede your way, the discourteous drunks. Do you accept their orders to accompany them? Or do you stay true to your course and damn their lives?
Yeah, I don't recall how I damned their lives. Yeah, that's the thing that threw me off. Because I think they survived without any trouble, so how did I damn their lives? I don't get that.
Enough.
I would accept.
So would I.
Now say you meet a starving man.
Or maybe both of these need to be, maybe I had a mixed reaction or something, and
To me, my goblins, gather round your totem. Dance for me,
so
goblins.
it's basically possible for me
I would
to...
slap his hands.
So would I.
And finally,
I would go to great.
So would I.
you have answered me truthfully. You who have been ripped from the ages. Your words do not belie your actions. Hear the spirits speak, my goblins. It is not to be speared, this creature. It may freely dwell among your kind.
This totem leaves a nasty taste in the mouth and a vicious slitting at the back of the mind. I smell demons.
How did I damn the guards?
I say bonfire.
To me, my goblins.
I can't think of a way how I did that, but it's probable that that's a valid interpretation of the video. Hard to argue with something you don't recall at all.
Go and rest.
Once more, the filth talks, your wagging tongue. I may just roast it whether the totem likes it or not.
Sure. Wanna do some trading?
To me, my goblins.
Okay, we're definitely buying all blank scrolls. Pixie dust is cheap enough to produce. I have no real interest in ring kits or amulet kits of any kind. There's a huge abundance of them anyway, and they're basically starting to be annoying to manage. Don't want to make more. There's nothing great of particular interest. Earth tongue mushroom, I seem to recall, was used for something, but do I want to buy it because of that? Fuses maybe. Empty grenades too. That already covers a bit. Do I have extra crap I could get rid of? Those. Tell me about yourself.
I, insolent and ignorant pigskin, am Sada Kandras, chief of goblins. I am the totem bearer, the lord of earth and sky. One day, all the world will bow before me and whisper my name in reverence. That wretched insect is who I am. Sada Kandras.
So this is your village.
Village. Ha! This is a tribe's seat. This is sacred ground. The only reason you still live is because the totem will say. I would make you a slave, just like all those other humans. The ones sent to us by Orc bitch Grutilda.
Who is Grutilda?
She, Hoghide, is chief bitch of worm weak orcs in Hunter's Edge. Go there, yes, go, and she will make you orc bitch slave. Grovel, little human. Grovel before spineless orc woman.
Okay. So I take you're not gonna in friendly terms.
Gods, gods, revere me with a jolly jig.
They all have names. The ones who come to meet with the center here.
The totem has seen into your soul and deemed you worthy of our wares. Goblin potions are the finest in the land, you know. I myself use essence of griffin and extract of phoenix.
What exactly do you use? 100% poison resistance for 2 turns. Poison antidote potion. Medium resist all. At least those I should be able to produce somehow, but what the hell do you need to add to the small resist all to make a medium? Can't be 2 of the same, it has to be an additional potion added. Maybe a poison potion. Poison resistance. I don't know, don't particularly care either. Next. I'll talk to all of these, open up the portal that's nearby. I think I want to check the weather situation with the wishing well. See if we can wish the
drink spirit wine.
slowing weather away or not. I'm not sure I would do it even if I can. I just want to know if it's an option.
Your totem. For the reverence of this totem now stand. And for the reverence of this totem now stand. And for the reverence of this totem now stand. Enough. Go and rest. Drink spirit wine.
Immunity to stunned plus 0.95 movement. Okay, this sounds like a good one. Also fairly expensive. All earth staves. Purifying fire. Chain lightning. Ice wall. Ice wall would be good to have in a skull too. Maybe I'll start to buy these additional resurrect skulls too. Surely we're 300% chance to set knockdown. That's basically 100% success. Unless you have immunity to it, it gets you. But also 300 points of earth damage. Creates random oil surfaces. That was nice. Deadly spores. Okay, that sounds nice too. Tornado. Large fire resistance. Unbreakable helmets. I'm not sure I want to buy an air essence. I mean, it could be somewhat useful. Blade scraps are fine, but I don't have the skills for them. I think I'll still buy them. Because if I get 1 extra in blacksmithing, I think I can upgrade to better armors with blade scraps. Only one of our guys wears it, but at the same time it would mean I could upgrade any armor she wears instead of having to figure out, do I spend it now, do I spend it now, do I spend it now? So, that would be nice. Probably we don't need this many wands. Although that's +2 intelligence one. I think I'll have to pay him cash. Don't care. I think we have 1 more left. Krauticus or Chaoticus. Right, a little bit to the south there's the Waypoint Shrine, so probably no fighting either.
Our great totem has welcomed you into our fold, it seems. In that case, I am pleased to offer the monkey face a variety of top quality goods.
seeing anything particularly interesting. Wait, where would it go? I want to check the wishing well situation as far as weather is concerned. That'll be where I leave things. It took so long to basically just hold my ass here. I suppose it's because the first failed spider fight. Well, cutting your action points in half means more or less doubling the duration of the fights anyway. What is this? Goblin Village. So we want to go to Size Seal and going to Villa, I guess. This should be fairly close to the wishing well. It had, I think, the ability to affect the fire areas here, and something about a blizzard. So I'm assuming the basically Hyberheim, whatever the Frost King's area was. No, it's this. Maybe. I mean, what the fuck is that? Is an actual weather change or? Sicil Grove is where we want to be. Right, but I want to see if can we affect every kind of weather that we encounter.
You went and whisked Willie back to whip out your wallet and wing a bit of gold my way. And what would you like to wish our most willing friend? I wish you well. Walter! Oh, woe! I won't be able to manage much anymore. What say I will some of this dreadful weather away? I think I can still manage that. And for 2,050 gold, you, wanderer, can wish which
yeah, the gold cost is irrelevant. I just want to see if I can do it.
Oh, what a wonder to enjoy the tinkle of gold inside me. So, wanderer, what will it be? Shall I tame the blizzard or the volcanoes? It's time to wish your wish.
Does this only affect Hyberheim? Because there were fire areas in Hyberheim where I couldn't get rid of the fire, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out what to do. Also couldn't open doors. Blizzard was an inconvenience, but it didn't really do much as far as damage is concerned to me. Let's say, probably. So, give me the volcanoes.
We must stop those volcanoes.
You're right. Lava hurts.
We'll watch the volcanic waves wither into ash, will we? Wonderful! 1, 2, 3, and the volcanoes are tamed!
I don't think... Yeah, this has nothing to do with volcanoes as far as I can see. There was a fire creature here was causing trouble. There's no specific volcanoes anywhere. Volcanoes were in Hyberheim. A lot of things. There's a lot of it here, so I don't really get what exactly am I
I'm overheating here.
Yeah, I don't get what the weather change actually refers to. It's probably on the map then where we are, but there's no blizzard there. Not sure what specific volcano it could be referring to then either. I mean, there's some fire there, but the blizzard makes no sense on this map. Shrug. I feel like that could be either it's a convenience thing or it's access to additional sites, treasure, that sort of thing. Where are we?
Back here.
Satyr. Goblins. Yeah, problems for another time, I think. The totem probably is some sort of a demon. Ah, okay. Are these orcs? Orc rangers.
Work it can, so gold then will give us.
Gold? Aye. He'd have to buy himself another human.
It's a slave.
If you want human for cooking, why not use this one?
I told you he'd better mangy one. But a fat one for stews and pies.
I guess we'll rescue him.
Human haggis. Good.